Hey troops, GeneralJSmith here, back with my LEGO Movie Bad Cops set comparison. And today we are going to be comparing Bad Cops Pursuit from winter 2014 and Bad Cops Car Chase from winter 2015. Alright, so the set numbers for these sets are, for Bad Cops Pursuit, that one, it is set number 70802, ages 7 to 14, comes with 314 pieces and is, well, no longer retailing, but used to retail for £25 or $30. And on the other side here, we have Bad Cops Car Chase, set number 70819, ages 7 to 14, comes with 292 pieces and is retailing for £25 or $25. So, I thought, seems that I got both of them kind of by accident, but on purpose, if that makes sense. I thought I might as well compare them, because they are pretty similar in a lot of ways. Obviously, the main way they're similar is the price, the fact it's a Bad Cop set, and of course the cars. So yeah, but there are also differences in different things, you know, from obviously different scenes in the film. But yeah, so I just thought I'd do a very quick comparison. Hopefully it won't go on for too long. It's not going to be like a full in-depth review of each of these sets. It's going to be a pretty quick comparison of the main parts of them. And in the end, we'll just conclude it by me recommending which one you should pick up, really, in my personal recommendation. I mean, yes, you can't technically buy this one, at least in LEGO anymore. And if you do want to get this set, I recommend going to like Toys R Us or some other stores now, just because it is sort of going out of stock. But it's only been like a year, so it's still in places, but even so. Alright then, but that is enough talking. I think it's time to actually get in and compare these sets, which, yes, I did get by accident, just because I sort of got vouchers from places. But I'm actually glad I got them in the end. I'm glad I got both of them, because they are definitely both worth getting, even if you have the other one. So, even that, and I will see you in a minute. Alright, so first of all, we're going to be comparing the minifigures. So, in the Bad Cops Pursuit, it comes with 2 minifigures, which I'm not 100% on. I wish it did come with one more, perhaps Wild Style. Whereas in the Bad Cop Car Chase, it comes with 4 minifigures. So, in that respect, I guess, obviously, the Bad Cops Car Chase does win, just because it has more minifigures. The minifigures themselves, well, I've got to say this wins as well, because at the end of the day, you both get Bad Cop in both sets, and this set you only ever get Emmett, and you have seen him in a number of other sets. Not every LEGO Movie set so far, but still quite a few, and you probably do have him if you're into the LEGO Movie theme, so it's not that major. On the other hand, here, Wild Style, yes, she has come in a fair amount as well, but not as much as Emmett, so she is kind of more rare, especially in this, like, normal clothing. Like, we don't see that much in this. May have seen her a few times, but normally we've seen her in other clothes like the Western or the Astronaut and stuff like that. As well as 2 RoboSwat. Now, yes, of course, if you've been collecting LEGO Movie, you probably have quite a few of these, which is kind of cool, actually. I wish LEGO Star Wars would have clones in this sort of way, or Stormtroopers, you know, in this kind of regularity, because I haven't even meaning to collect these LEGO Movie sets, and I've already got like 10 or something of these guys, and I don't even mean to collect these sets, so, yeah. But they are pretty cool. Nothing amazingly special, though. I mean, they do a body on, one is a cap and stuff like that, and obviously one is on the biker. But even so, I've got to say, overall, I think most of you agree that this set does overall win. The Bad Cops, by the way, are slightly different. I will show you them right now. I showed you these in the review, in case you didn't see that. But the reviews of these both sets will be down in the description. The only way they're different is their faces, and of course, Good Cop is on the other side. You see, so they do have different faces, but really that's a very minor reason to get, you know, both sets, because they have 2 different faces. But yeah, really, so overall, I think most of you agree I do recommend Bad Cops Car Chase when it comes down to the minifigures. But now, let's actually get onto the sets themselves. Alright, so we're going to start with, I guess, the extra bits we get, because I would say the main parts of both of these sets is the cars, so we're going to start with the other bits, like the different bits we get. With the Bad Cops Pursuit, we do get 2 crocodiles. I don't count these as minifigures, just because I don't really. I guess if you're into like Lego Star Wars and perhaps the space themes, and these are kind of rare, you may have a few of them if you're into like Western type things, like the Lone Ranger or Indiana Jones, or other such themes. But I guess they are kind of rare, especially now. You know, they used to be more available. And they do kind of go for a little bit on eBay or Bricklink. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of cool to get these. Although I would hardly say they're, you know, worth the entire set. But nonetheless, it's a nice little feature. I'm glad they did add. Also, the other extra bit, is this track, I guess, above water. Because this is from the scene where we have the train, you know, and that's, you know, where they're running away from Bad Cop. Of course, I believe that there was a train on here. It was a considerably larger. It looked considerably larger, at least. And this only has one feature, where it simply drops, and this drops down. By the way, I forgot to show this in the review, but Emmett does grab onto that thing, and when it drops, of course, he drops down as well. I guess, you know, it's kind of cool, and I did say in the review as well, these pieces in the black is pretty rare, for me at least. So that's kind of nice. I do get a little frog there, which is kind of fun. And you've got some nice detailing here, but there's nothing really 100% major you can use here, or that would be incredibly helpful or cool to have, I guess. I mean, perhaps it would just be cool to have just in general, but in all honesty, you know, you could try to part it out, and some of the pieces in this particular build are kind of useful, but it's not really that sort of a set. It's not 100% for that. You know, I have seen better things for this, but really it was just probably one of those extra things to try and drive up the price, you know, because they thought, oh, well, we've got to really put that, you know, it's going to be £25, so what else are we going to put in this set? And so we might as well put this. In all honesty, I guess I kind of prefer like a much larger set with the entire train and, you know, have it much like over £100, I guess. But yeah, it's still cool to have. Obviously, I wouldn't have paid £25 just for the car. But if it was a choice between this set and perhaps paying less for the car and Robocop, or sorry, Bad Cop, I keep calling Robocop, then I'd probably just gone for the car because there's no real use, and I can't see a real use for many people. Perhaps for kids it could be like a little playability thing, that'd be kind of nice, but even so, so it's not as much a bad thing, I think there's such wrong with it, but yeah. Onto this set then. So we get a chair. Nothing really to say about that. I don't really think that counts towards the set. It's just probably one of those novelty things. Like, you know, sometimes we may get cups or whatever. You know, it's just one of those things that Lego seems to add just for the sake of it. But yeah, I don't really add anything, so the chair. We do get, however, a bike. This makes up the extra $25 or extra $10 or however you calculate it. And I've got to say, this is pretty cool, actually. I do enjoy it. I know a lot of people with, you know, especially if you're in Lego City, you may have a number of bikes already, and it's like, you don't really need another. I know this is a different design, but even so. Personally, I don't have a lot of bikes, and the thing is, we did see a lot of these, and they are more useful. Appreciate, yes, generally you'll have a lot of these, so, and there's only one in this set, so of course if you want more, you probably have to go on eBay or Bricklink, or, well, just buy more of the set. But even so, I'm glad we got this, and I've got to be honest, I do prefer it considerably to this, just because it's useful, it's cool, I like the way, you know, it goes along with the set. This one's much more of the police theme, whereas this one's kind of a mix and match. So yeah, and of course you do get another Robo SWAT to sit in here. So generally, overall, I'm just going to say I do prefer the extra parts, extra parts of the set in this set to this set. You know, it's really, there's no competition. Of course, by the way, if I haven't already told you, please leave down in the comments all your thoughts and suggestions. Who do you think would win in these different matchups? You know, which one do you think is better in different ways? Do you prefer the bike or do you prefer that? You know, you can prefer either. So yeah, the crocodiles are cool, and I guess the pieces can be kind of used. Some of them are pretty cool, I guess, but overall, I'm going to have to go with the bike. Even though it's smaller and probably makes up less of the set, I'm still going to have to go with the bike. But, yeah, that is basically it then to like, the extra parts. I think it's now getting to the main parts, in my opinion at least. The main parts of these sets are, of course, the cars themselves. That's the main reason I got this. But let's go into them right now. So, technically speaking, they are the same vehicle in the Lego movie, if you didn't already know. Because basically, spoiler alert, I guess, in the train scene, which by the way is the scene that involves this, you know, the massive train, he's driving on top of it, and like they build a ramp, and he goes flying off the edge, obviously into this. By the way, this is not accurate because it's considerably taller off the ground, and of course we all think he's done for, but then he transforms, and his car transforms into this flying car, and he flies up, and yeah. But anyway, and I've got to be honest, this is where I was kind of surprised, kind of not. If this was any other theme, like if it was Star Wars, then I would not be surprised at all the fact they made it two different sets. When it comes to the Lego movie, it's kind of weird, because in the Lego movie, as I just said, the car transforms, alright? And as I said, if it was Star Wars, then of course, Lego doesn't invent the vehicles for Star Wars, do they? They just, like, try to copy them as much in Lego, to try and make them look as, you know, like the actual vehicle as possible. But in Lego, it's impossible to get it more accurate, isn't it? Because it's called the Lego Movie. The figures, the set, technically speaking, it's impossible to get it more accurate to actual thing. So I was a little surprised of the fact that actually it can't transform, because obviously it does that in the film. And as we all know, every element, every tiny thing in the film is all Lego. So I was a little surprised there, but I don't mind that much, really. It's not like a major issue. I was just saying that because, you know, if the entire film's the Lego Movie, then you'd think logically everything in the Lego Movie would be possible to do in Lego. That's just whatever. But even so, the cars are pretty cool. As you can see, the car version of it is considerably thinner, although it does share a lot of the same stickers. You can see the dimension. You can see how it sort of, it would transform. You know, I'm sure you could do a stop motion having it transform. You could probably invent that somewhere, because the dimensions and a lot of parts of it are very similar. You get the same sticker on the side, whereas the sides do come out more. Yeah. Of course, the wheels have disappeared here. That's cool. On both of them, the roof lifts up in the same way. However, funny enough, the roofs are slightly different. I don't know what that was about. But, and the interiors are basically exactly the same, with some slight variants, where that's where he sits. Notice, by the way, on this, the actual car version has a back windshield. It does not on this version, so just point that out. And of course, the back version have engines rather than this one. But yeah, underneath, you can see, you know, it's actually slightly different. I did follow the instructions exactly, so, you know, they are meant to be that way. But I guess the main feature on this set, other than the opening roof, would be the side cannons that open up. Of course, this is a feature non-existent on the car. And these pop out. So yeah, that is pretty cool. I think that looks really cool. That's a really cool view there. Of course, again, this feature is not available on this car. But yeah. But really, that's it. I mean, they are pretty small sets. There's nothing, you know, too major. You wouldn't really expect that much from it. But even so, pretty cool. This does have more features, but then again, I would kind of expect it to, just because it's in flight mode. Yeah, but really, I think that's basically it then to the cars. Overall, the cars, which I would say is the main part of the set, it's difficult which one to say. It depends what you're into. If you're into Lego City as well as the Lego Movie, then you may be into this car more, because you can probably use it more in your Lego cities, because as I mentioned a lot of other times, all these sets can be used in like normal Lego cities, because it doesn't actually say anywhere on it like Lego Movie, so you can just use it as a normal police car. Which I think is a good feature. So I guess, you know, it's easy to use one of these, and it's easy to get more of these. You know, to get more of these, if you know what I mean. So like, because you're only going to really ever want one of these flying police cars, but you may want multiples of these normal police cars. But yeah, they both got the spoiler, by the way, at the back, which does kind of move. But yeah, I think that's basically it. Then the cars, I don't know which one I prefer. It's kind of difficult. I guess, just for the sake of it, I'll say this one. Just for the sake of, I think I like flying vehicles more than these ones. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, then let's just get in the instructions and compare the box, and then we'll conclude this review, comparison, whatever it's called. Alright, so the instruction manuals, they are exactly the same size. There you go. And there you go. They exactly fit behind one another, because of they are very similar size sets. I think they both have 2 pages of inventory, which is quite a lot for a set of this size. You have the video game in the back. By the way, this is the Pursuit set. You got this cap. These are the 2014 winter sets, I believe. They're pretty cool. Got another poster here. Pretty nice. And this one has 58 pages of build. So, yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Now on to the car chase. This also has 2 pages of inventory. This one has the Lego Club in the back. And instead of the Lego Movie video game, it comes with Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. Because bear in mind, these sets were like a whole year apart, exactly. So, and then you got the Lego Movie Online, as well as some of the summer 2014 sets, and I think a few of the winter 2015 sets. So they're cool. By the way, I reviewed that on my main channel, so please go review that. And this one has 53 pages of build, so technically speaking, a slightly quicker build, although when I was building them, they took about half an hour each, and I really did not notice any difference in the speed of the build. They were pretty standard. As I mentioned, building this bike was a little awkward, because I thought it was part of the car originally, because I forgot the bike was included. So I was like, this seems like a weird car. But anyway, but yes, the instruction manuals are very basic, really nothing to see there. I can't really compare them. There's nothing really to say whether I like which one more. Yeah, the builds were pretty similar as you expect, although not as similar as you may think, especially considering these cars are kind of the same vehicle. You know, they were fairly different, especially like the outer skeleton and stuff. But anyways, let's go on to the boxes then. Alright, so with the boxes we have here, actually, believe it or not, they're exactly the same like width, but depth-wise, the Pursuit is slightly thicker. So, isn't that funny? You know, to give you a better view like this. Oops. So there you go. Slightly thicker, and this is the Pursuit box. I have no idea what that is, but it is, I guess. I don't know, the boxes themselves, the box art is pretty basic. You know, you've got 2 figures there. This one comes with 4. In the box art you have bad cop there, but on the actual thing you have good cop, so. On top, of course, you've got the 4 minifigures. Same here. And you got all the features of this set. Oh, and of course, if I didn't mention it, he does come with that gun, but I've showed it before. We all know what that gun is, and he comes in both sets. So, roof's just up. Yeah, there aren't many features in this set. Really, the only features the roof lifts up. So yeah, and he does come with a chair, which I guess should count to something. But yeah, then really that is the box. There's nothing really more to say about it. Pretty standard boxes. Yeah, but I think it's now time to conclude this comparison in finally. I'm telling you, if you haven't already guessed, which one of these is my favourite. It is pretty close. I will give it. It is pretty close. I do like both of them. But it's finally time to show you which one of these is my favourite. Alright, so here we are in the conclusion of my Lego Movie Bad Cop set comparison. If you liked this video or found it helpful in deciding what to buy, please do give it a like down below. It really does encourage me, and it shows me which videos you like, which ones of course you don't, and all that. Please do down a comment in the comment section, obviously, and I will try to answer that to my best of my ability. I'm not as much active on this main channel. I'm sorry, on this channel, but on my main channel I am very active. Well, yeah, right now I very am. So please do subscribe there and here. But yeah, so on to the conclusion of these sets. Which one do I recommend? Well, this, you may have already realised this, but even though I do like this Bad Cop car more, and I would say the Bad Cop cars are the main part of the set, I'm gonna say I go with this set as a whole. Overall, this is the one I'd recommend. There's a few reasons behind that, both of which are good sets to get, and I'm sure a lot of people probably think, oh, if I've got one, I'm not going to get the other. That's not necessarily true. I am glad I got both. I mean, I did get both kind of accidentally, and perhaps if I did have a chance to think about it, I might not have got both. I'm not sure about that, but I'm kind of glad I did, just for the sake of it, really, because I think they are really cool, you know, both of them in their own different ways. Now, this one was $30 when it was new, and this one was $25. Not 100% why that was $30. I don't really know why. It seems like that one would be more, even though there's less pieces. It's weird. But even so, you can't actually buy this anymore. That's one of the reasons I don't really recommend anymore. Or, well, you can still buy it, because it's only a year ago. But I don't think it's sold that well, hence why it's being retired so early. You can still buy it in stores like Toys R Us, other such larger stores where they'll have this. You know, you can still find it for a decent price. I did. But I recommend if you do want it, you go get it now. I would suggest, I guess, overall, that you go and buy the car separately off eBay or Bricklink, because I would say that's the main highlight of the set. The rest of the set's like, I don't really know why you'd want it. If you don't have Emmett, then yeah, I guess it's a plus, but in all honesty, I'm not sure the entire rest of the set is worth paying £25 or $30 for. I'd just go online to get the car separately. That's my personal opinion, and then get this set as well. But yeah, so overall then, both of which are good sets. I would recommend both sets. But just by a very slim amount, I would recommend this overall, just because it comes with more minifigures. The minifigures themselves, I guess, are kind of better, just because it's like Emmett versus these three guys, and of course you have Backup as a backup. But even so, but there you go then, that is my comparison. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, please do give me a like, please do down in the comments all that stuff, and please do subscribe to this and my main channel. I've done Benny's Spaceship and the Police Dropship on my main channel, so if you like Lego Movie, go over there. There'll be a few more videos on this channel, I'd say, before I quit for another period of time. But if you want to see more of me, then do go subscribe to my main channel, because I do so many videos there. It's unbelievable. Well, right now, at least, I am. So, yeah. Anyway then, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. I hope you all enjoyed. Bye, troops.